So another thing I will bring to mention here in regards to the Haas, and that is what size 3S battery are you going to be able to put in this truck? And now I use the Z 3S 5500s, and I use the soft shell. Reason being is because you just can't get the hard shell batteries in most of these smaller trucks. My Stampedes are the same thing. They barely fit in there, and I have to get the larger size battery clips for them, and I've got those for both of those trucks. And this seems to be essentially the same issue. If there's one thing that bothers me about Traxxas, and Losi for that matter, is the smart wire with the smart chargers. Having a battery that essentially only works for one style charger. That I find a little annoying because, for instance, this is a charger that I just bought, and it's a fantastic charger, and it comes with all Dean plugs. Everything that I have, I run on Deans. Now I know that's old school. I know there's better stuff than Deans out there, but the Deans, they stick together pretty good. And all in all, they've worked quite well for me. The thing I don't like is that in this hobby, who in their right mind, like I'm saying, from the point of view of say Traxxas, and I'm a Traxxas fan, I have essentially a lot of Traxxas trucks. But do I have only Traxxas trucks? Am I going to be a guy who buys only Traxxas and never anything else? I've never come across anybody in this hobby that has essentially all Losi or all Axial, or all associated. That's my rival there, but everybody that is in the hobby of RC is going to have many different brands of truck, and we all want batteries that are going to fit for all the trucks. I don't want to be buying a Traxxas battery that's only going to work on the Traxxas trucks. And I'm at the hobby shop the other day, and the guy's like, "Oh, well, here's a Traxxas charger with the two I'm like, I got just a fine charger. I got a charger that's better than this, and I don't need a Traxxas charger. So therefore, I can't really buy Traxxas batteries because I don't have a Traxxas charger. I have a charger that I can use for all my Dean connections and all my trucks, and I switch them all over. And the thing is their 3S battery, which is essentially designed specifically for Traxxas trucks only, and it's a hard shell, hard case, and it fits in here. But I can't buy that battery because I don't have a Traxxas charger, and I don't want to try to put Traxxas batteries in all my trucks, or I don't want to try to put Losi batteries in all my trucks, which I do believe is Spectrum now. The Spectrum is the charger that Losi is running, and they've got the same thing with the smart batteries that only charge on the one charger. You call me old school, but I prefer batteries that can essentially be run on every truck and be charged with any charger. And that is one thing that's starting to get a little aggravating to me, is that it's almost like some of these companies think that there's actually just a Losi guy out there that's only going to use Losi brand products, or a Traxxas guy out there that's only going to use Traxxas brand products. And that's just not reality. Like, nobody is using just I only buy Traxxas. That's the only thing I have. Like, nobody's doing that, and so I don't understand where that mentality is. Well, this is the charger, this is the batteries that you can use. I would like to see a world where it's more universal for everything. I know there's changes, and you got your adapters, which I do tend to use rather than soldering. I have switched a lot of my ESCs over, but I've just been doing the adapters more recently because it's just easier all around to do it. But Yeah, you know, if that's one thing that kind of bothers me is that there's specifically sized batteries for these trucks, and you can't use them unless you've got the Traxxas charger. So, you know, I use the Z soft shells, and because they fit in pretty much everything, but they don't last too long, right? Like these ones are about a year old, and this is probably the best one of all of them. They start to crack and, you know, get weathered, and they're, you know, you sometimes get a little bit of snow and water in them. But I just go through batteries because you know, I don't want to spend the money on a Traxxas battery that I don't even have a charger for, because I don't have a Traxxas charger. So, you know, that's just a little rant from the whole thing with fitting batteries and what to put in. But these Z batteries do fit in the Traxxas Haas, but you have to get the soft shell because the hard shells just simply don't fit. The Z ones don't either, and because you can see that's pretty bowed, and that's barely closing in there. It's a good fit. It's not a bad fit. I'm not going to break anything from putting that in there, but keep that in mind when you do buy a truck like this, as to, you know, what size battery you're going to be able to fit, and what you're going to be able to use in there for a 3S, because most of the hard shells you're going to find probably aren't going to fit.